Kiwis love being outdoors, so why not transform your outdoor living space with a Sunview? With our quality range of stylish pergolas, outdoor blinds and awnings, having a Sunview is like adding a new room to your home, but for a fraction of the price. Enjoy the outdoors all year round with a range of products to suit your needs. Book a free consultation now with Sunview and see the difference.
Senior figures from some of New Zealand's top sporting bodies are calling for greater protection of public sporting infrastructure. They reckon there's already a shortage of facilities and more needs to be done to protect what we have for local communities and domestic and international tourists. Focused a little bit on Takapuna Golf Course, one of the most used, I think, golf courses in the country. So this group of people, headed by Mike Bishop, CEO of Harbour Sports, they're saying we need to be more aware and do more about this. And Mike joins us by video. Mike, by video now. Mike, I know you can see me. Can you hear me? And can I hear you?
I can indeed, Sean.
All right. Can I make a suggestion? Can you tip your computer down towards you a bit? Otherwise, you look like a tiny little spot. That's better. You look like a tiny little spot at the bottom of a big wall. That's a lot better. Well, Mike, firstly, just clarify, Harbour Sport, what do you do?
Well, we're quite a wide, varied portfolio these days, Sean. We deal a lot with the sporting industry, but also in the health industry. So we run ACC programs, strength and balance programs for the oldies. We run bike programs to teach kids to learn to ride bikes. We run green prescription, but we also connect in with the sporting codes, and obviously the Takapuna Golf Course is in our region.
All right. Now, just how used is the Takapuna Golf Course? And it's a publicly owned course, right?
Oh, yeah, it is. And you're talking, between 6,000 to 7,000 people a week using it. So it's a heavy use. In fact, I think it might be the most used golf course in New Zealand.
Okay.
So, it's a significant piece of the sporting landscape up this way.
All right. It's also on prime real estate, but more importantly, local authorities are eyeing the golf course for what it can provide in terms of flood resilience infrastructure, right?
Yeah, correct.
And what's their plan? What do they plan to do with the golf course?
Certainly, my understanding of it is they're looking. Obviously, if you go back a couple of years, we had quite a significant flooding issue here on the shore in sort of February 2023. And that created a lot of alarm bells everywhere. And one of the areas that flooded is in and around the golf course. Now, one of the solutions that's been mooted by council is to create a wetland there, which will help with flood dissipation. Now, I went along to a presentation at the golf course about a month ago, where engineers who are experts in this field gave what I thought was a very common sense presentation around the preservation of the golf course in a slightly altered form, but also allowed for appropriate flood dissipation, which would mean that all parties can have a win at the end of the day.
All right. And that does seem to be a great compromise you've come up with. Keep the golf course, but have it dual-purposed to provide the sort of stormwater or the public service that you need. And geez, a golf course floods, oh well, no, literally no one died, right? It still did its job as part of the waterway and the water infrastructure. Have you presented this idea to council or to the relevant authorities?
Look, I'm not at the head of this. I'm kind of associated with it, but I know they have. And, certainly from, you mentioned in your intro that there's not enough sporting facilities, both indoor and outdoor, right across the country, but certainly on the shore. And we're after, more, not less. And if you take away the golf course, not only is it a golf course, it's also a recreational area where people walk and exercise, et cetera, et cetera. And that was never better illustrated than during the COVID years. We start to struggle for areas where people can just get physically active, and that's a critical thing.
And you talked about your work with the elderly and keeping active is really important as you get older. I'm about to take up golf again, actually, for the third time in my life. But it's really good. It's a walk. It's a good walk. Ruin, some say. Low impact. social, a really, really healthy thing. And I imagine a lot of those 6,000 or 7,000 people a week who use Takapuna Golf Course are elderly New Zealanders who have the time to do that or are retired. It's a wonderful way to keep them healthy and actually reduce costs on the wider community through our health system over time.
Well said. And you know, and as you know yourself, when you play a game of golf, you walk about 5 or 6 kilometres just hitting the ball round. So it is no question that these sorts of things are necessary. Clearly, obviously, council's got an issue with flood dissipation and needs to resolve that. But certainly what I heard a month ago sounded like a really common sense way that everybody can have what they need.
All right, Mike, if people want to get involved in adding their voice to a very sensible idea and campaign, how do they do that?
I think you just contact first and foremost the golf course, but also the council. I'm sure they're prepared to listen to what the general public are looking for, etc. We've got to achieve a situation here where we don't get flooding like we did 2 years ago. No question about that. But at the end of the day, you know, if you get rid of golf courses, you never get them back again. And that's a terrific facility that's used by the general public day in and day out. And then I think all parties need to find a way to make sure that it can be retained and the flood problems are sorted out.
It's not Muriwai, but it's pretty nice. Can you keep in contact with us, I think, and we'll try and get Wayne Brown on this. We'll try and get him on the next couple of weeks as well. Mike, I thank you very much indeed for your time this morning and good luck with it. That is Mike Bell.
No problem, Sean. Just quickly, I also tangled with Gary Ahern back in the day. I've been working in sport for 30 years. Lovely man and sorely missed.
Absolutely. We used to go up to the media golf tournament at Wairaki together and played golf at Miramar together. And he was an absolute gent, a really lovely man.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, sad loss for sport in this country.
It is indeed. Hey, thanks, Mike. Thank you. Mike Bishop, CEO of Harbour Sport. What do you think? Do you play golf at Takapuna? And do you think it would be crazy for the council to get rid of it to make some sort of flood scheme? You know, let the fairway flood if it needs to when there's a flood.
Kiwis love being outdoors, so why not transform your outdoor living space with a sun view? With our quality range of stylish pergolas, outdoor blinds and awnings, having a sun view is like adding a new room to your home, but for a fraction of the price. Enjoy the outdoors all year round with a range of products to suit your needs. Book a free consultation now with Sunview and see the difference.